nine, eight, seven, six, five, four, three, two. Are you ready?
Uh-huh. It's Drea Nicole. Well, are you ready?
Yo, Doc, where you at?
So get ready. Let's go.
Star Killer, yeah.
Hey, hey, what's good, y'all? What's up? What's good, y'all? What's up? What's good, y'all? What's up? It's your girl, Drea Nicole, with Had to Do It, because I had to do it. And what I had to do was create this lovely space. As you can see, I am in a new space that I have created for y'all. So when I do my show from home, you have all this loveliness to look at. I am so proud of my space. I put every single piece of grass and these little butterflies and my light here. It was all a dream. Brooklyn is always in the building. I don't care how girly the space is, Brooklyn is going to be in the building. So it was all the dream. Had to do it. Had to absolutely freaking do it. I hope everybody had a great week. Let me tell you, out here in Georgia, it is thunderstorming right now. And when I tell you, see, living in New York and in the city, there's just certain things you don't really see too often. So just now, I was driving to get back home for you guys, and I dead ass saw thunderbolts, like lines in the sky. Thunderbolts. This is this is shit that I only seen in movies and maybe we seen when we went to the Poconos. I'm on the highway worried about a thunderbolt about to come and hit. But I watched this show a long time ago. It said if you insert it like taught you things like if you're in certain situations or whatever. And believe it or not, in a lightning storm, your car is the best place for you to be. Safest place for you to be is in your car, especially nowadays, now that cars don't really have a whole lot of metal to them. The covering is not metal anymore. So the safest place to be is in your car. So I wasn't that worried, but it was crazy looking. Definitely crazy looking. You have to worry more about a tree falling on you than lightning striking you in the car or striking your car. So just a little fun fact for you guys. But yeah, as you can see, made it home safely or whatever. Me and my son was hanging out. You know, we was hanging out and we was bowling. Now, I probably would have made it home sooner, but he waxed my ass in the first two games of bowling, and I had to redeem myself. But then I waxed that ass in the second two games. So we still tied right now. I'd rather be tied than have to listen to him tell me how bad he beat me. So tie is good. I'll take the tie. I'll take the tie. But yeah, so a few things has been going on. My next event that I'm going to be a part of, flyer coming soon, but it's an event on July 12th at Vibes. It is a birthday celebration for I don't know if it's a birthday celebration, but it's a celebration for Lex Love Films. And we're going to be out there partying, going to be performing. I performed at her last event at Black Wall Street that I had mentioned last week, and she liked how I performed. So she asked me to come and do another event, which is absolutely positively a blessing in my eyes. I feel like it's a blessing. I always say one event leads to the next event. It was performing at an event that led me to you guys to have my own show where it had to do it. So kudos to doing events because you never know who you're going to meet. You never know what the next stepping stone for you is going to be. It may not be what you think. 'Cause, they say if you tell God what your plan is, He'll laugh at you. So your next move may not be what you think, and you never know what you're going to be led to. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Okay. So with that being said, I also do the acting thing. And I'm a part of this movie that I mentioned before called Full Figure Flings. We just wrapped up Full Finger Flings 1, and it's in post production. And now we're about to start working on Full Figure Flings 2. So, with that being said, we're going to show the trailer or one of the trailers, the sexy trailer for Full Figure Flings 1. Go ahead, DC. Go ahead.
As the great Maya Angelou once asked, does my sassiness offend you?
What are all of these full figure models doing here, let alone competing?
Perhaps it's time to reconsider what truly offends.
Being dark skinned has a whole other layer to it. Everybody talks about body positivity.
The erasure of authenticity
Master must have let you out the house tonight, huh?
in favor of conformity.
What the hell did you tell Sean?
In an industry built on image, two plus-size black models,
I told him to talk to you. He jumped to conclusions.
raw, rebellious, and unapologetically boring.
You are playing one dangerous game.
Full-Figured Flings is a fierce, emotional ride through betrayal, identity, and the high cost of truth.
Shout out to Back to Basics Productions, Lily Mae and Dominique Perry. We have been rocking this thing for a minute. They Everybody started off in different things, right? Dominique, R&B singer, songwriter, engineer. Lily, media personality, ID 104 Radio. She started out with, um, and so on and so forth. Now we're into acting. Me, R&B singer, songwriter. Now into acting. Dominique does the videography, which is you see he does an amazing job. Um, Lily is doing the writing, so she's writing the scripts and kind of like directing as well as acting. It's just crazy, but we're one big happy family. We got a makeup team. We got wardrobe team, um, and just all the little moving parts that you need to put these things together. And I appreciate them. So with that being said, the next trailer you're gonna see is the introduction and some BTS of my character, Denise Wilson, who I play in the movie. My character is a plus size ally because, of course, I used to be a plus size woman. I used to be over 309 pounds, and here I am today. But I still ride for my people. You know what I'm saying? Still riding for my people. So here's the trailer of my character, Denise Wilson.
Yeah, yeah. You are my African queen. Ooh, Lord. Ooh, Lord. Just like the sun, light up the earth, you light up my life. The only one I ever see with a smile so bright. Hey, and just yesterday, you came around my way.
I'm just vibing off the music. Yeah, you're my African queen. Ow, ow. Yeah, you're my African queen. But yeah, so that's the introduction to my character, Denise Wilson. fashion designer for plus size women. I'm an ally for the plus size women, and and we're gonna do some things. You know what I'm saying? I get introduced in Full Figure Flings 1. I'm coming through again, Full Figure Flings 2. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Not to give none of the story away, but we gonna do the damn thing. So once again, shout out to Back to Basics and the whole team. Chelsea, Lily, Dom, China. Oh gosh, just everybody. Amir, Fred, Jamila, um, everybody, just everybody involved. Everybody involved. Shout out to them. We're gonna keep this thing going, keep this thing rolling. And yeah, look out. Big things are going. Big things are going here. Okay. So today I threw a topic out there that I've seen going crazy on TikTok where young adults pushing 30, some was over 30, and they were saying, you know, why would I move out of my parents' house? If I stay at my parents' house, I don't have to worry about rent. I don't have to worry about food. I'm living free. Who don't like free? I'm living rent free. I'm living bill free. Who don't like free? Why should I move out? Blah 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 blah. So I threw the question out there. So would you allow your adult child 30 plus live with you rent free? And I said, if so, why? And if not, why? Now I'm going to give my thoughts on it after I read some of the comments that I received on it. Okay? And remember, I'm a mother of three, and two of my children are 27 years old. So, from Emmanuel Eboy Jean Giles on Facebook, shout out to you. Thanks for responding. He says, my daughter can stay until she gets married. I wouldn't want her on her own. If she's not under her husband's covering, she'll be under mine. My son could stay, but he'll need a job and a plan. I'll allow him to stack his bread up for 6 months to a year, and I'll be monitoring and checking in quarterly. Okay, I'm gonna save my comments to the end. I'm gonna save my comments to the end. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tara Gordon on Facebook said, only if it allowed them to pay off debt or student loans so they could financially move forward independently. And I would put a time limit on it with the financial game plan in place because it's mentally healthier for adult children long term to stand on their own 2 feet. Shout out to Tara. Thanks for responding in. Ace Buchanan, he stated, my daughter can live rent free for the rest of her life. I'm setting her up with a trust fund to cover all of her expenses, and I'm going to set her up with an apartment. She just can't shack up with some fool in a crib her trust is paying for. If she gets married, that's another story. I'm starting to feel uh, um, what they call it, uh, a double standard. I'm starting to feel a double standard. But I digress. Perry Perry responded 3 times. No, no. And then his third response is take the money, save it so they move into their own place. So I guess he's meaning if they stay with you, charge them rent, save the money that they're giving you for rent. So when it's time for them to move out, they have something to move out with. Got it. Thank you, Perry Perry, for your response. Um, Kevin Brown, which who he has been on the show because he is my youngest son's father. He said, if life is not working in their favor, then yes, they could, but it would be a time limit on the stay, and they will be paying bills as well. That's from the ex-husband. D. Rodriguez says, not rent free. They will have an amount that's not too much. The amount will be based off how much they get paid weekly or bi-weekly. I can get with that. I can get with that. Let's see. Okay. So that is the responses that I received on Facebook. I think there might be more responses. I'm gonna go to it, but I'm gonna start getting into it because, like I said, I am a mother of three, and there's just certain things that I think I want to say. So, as far as I see that the people who's mentioning their daughters, is getting more leeway than the people who have sons. The daughters could stay forever until they find somebody else to take care of them, and blah 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 blah. Right. So to go to what Emmanuel Eboy Jean said, he said his daughter could stay till she get married. He wouldn't want her on her own. If she's not under her husband's covering, she'll be under mine. Now, I get that. That is a very old school way of thinking, that very because back in the days, women were taught to be wives, and they didn't leave their house until they got married and left with their husbands and this, that, and the other, right? But that's not necessarily the world that we live in now. And so I think you sh- it should be more of a preparing her for the life that is happening now. Not saying that it can't happen this way, but still prepare them for alternatives. Because I hate to say it like this, and I think this way because of things that happen in my life, but what if you pass away before she gets married? Would she know how to fend for herself? Would she know what to do? You could pass on. Would she have you taught her budgeting? Have you taught her how to pay bills? If she never had to pay bills, how would she know how to prioritize the money that she has? And I say that to E Boy, I say that to Ace Buchanan. It's good. Set your kids up with a trust so that they have money to do whatever to get a sense of their own. But are you also teaching them what to do with that money? I feel like if my child is going to be over 30 and still living with me, yes, you are going to pay bills. You're going to pay something. And it's not because I'm thirsty for your money or I need your money. It's just the fact that I know that I am not going to live forever, and I want you to be able to fend for yourself. I want you to be able to prioritize your money, because it's just like what they call that new money mentality. It's just like if somebody wins the lottery who's never had, and they blow the money in a year. because they was not taught some sort of financial literacy. If the child is over 30 and nothing has happened except for you doing for them, and they was never taught how to do for themselves, are you doing them a service or a disservice? You're doing them a service for the short term, but are you doing them a service for the long term? You're doing them a service for the short term because then they ain't got to worry about nothing else. But in the long term, are you doing them a service or a disservice? My boys don't live with me, right? And when I decided to move, only my youngest lives with me. But when I decided to move to Georgia, I left it open for them to come with me. It's like if you want to come, you can come, but this is what I am doing. And both of them said, I am an adult, I'm a man, I want to stay in New York. Cool. But there's things that was done along the way to try to give them a sense of priorities financially. When they started working, yeah, I charged them rent. I did. I charged them rent. Being in New York, you have to get to work. You got to get your own Metro card. You have to worry about your lunch. You have to prioritize your money for your needs before you prioritize your wants. If your needs are not met, your wants don't matter. But you have to do what you need to do first. Did I charge them a whole lot? No, I charged them $50 a week. I didn't charge them a whole lot, but it's just the point of getting you in the mindset that when you get your paycheck, it ain't about what party you're going to go to this weekend. It's about, okay, I got to pay rent. I got to get my Metro card. I got to have lunch until my next payday. All right, cool. It's getting them in the mind frame because I want to be secure in knowing that when I leave this earth, my boys will be good. They won't have to rely on a woman to do it. And if I had a girl, I'd be doing the same thing. So she wouldn't have to rely on a man to do it. Because this world is brutal and nobody is gonna love you like your parents. Your parents that care. Everybody don't have parents that care. I had a very, very loving mother. Nobody's gonna love me like how my mama loved me. So I have to make sure that I just want to make sure that once I'm gone from this earth, my children will still be okay. Whether they have to do it with somebody or they have to do it on their own, they will still be okay. And even when I left New York, I had a house in New York. My my boys stayed in the house that I owned, which is fine, but you're gonna have to pay bills. And they did. Cool. And they did. And when it was time to sell the house, they were given money to start off with somewhere else. Because after a while, they got sick of each other, and then I had tenants that and- anyway. But I still set them up to be on their own, though. Setting them up and having money for them when they're ready to go out on their own, amazing, amazing. But throw in some financial literacy there too. And financial literacy can start in many ways. You can start when they're young, and it's not so much about taking money from them. But once my boys got to a certain age, it wasn't Christmas gifts, it was Christmas money. Budget your Christmas money to get what you want to get. This is what you're getting for Christmas. This is how much you're getting for Christmas. Budget it out so you could get the things that you want. Because when it's your money, they don't budget. They don't budget. They want what they want. They don't care if it says that it's 500 for one thing and this and other. But I noticed that when it's their money and they know they're not getting no more, no less, and it's their money, oh, they find sales. They find deals. They find all this shit all of a sudden, there's Sherlock Holmes looking for the clues, looking for the sales, looking for the deals. They're like, nah, I don't want to go to the store because it's 30% cheaper at this store. And they work in some sort of financial literacy. Don't just give them the money and a mindset of, because they always got what they want, that they don't know how to deal with what they need. In my personal life, like I said, my mom, she was amazing. She did everything for me, blah 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 blah, and she helped me out with a lot of stuff. But she started me with budgeting my Christmas money, and I still budget my bills to this day. I still use the same format that I use to budget my Christmas money to budget out my bills and plan out my money, so I know what I have left to do what I want. My friends from back in the days when we all started working, because my oldest son, I was 21, he was already here. So I was already adulting at 21. So my friends, they was like, yo, like you had a kid, you was always, able to do things with us and this and that other. And they thought that I was making more money than what I was making. And I was like, no, back then I was making XYZ, like maybe like $20,000 a year or something like that. And they was like, well, how do you manage to do da, 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 da?" I budgeted. I used to give myself, I mean, it went a little further than what it would go today. But I used $5 a day for lunch. I'm going to the food truck. I'm gonna get me a couple of tacos and something to drink, or I'm gonna get me a Habibi plate, so a gyro plate or whatever. $5 a day for lunch. I put it aside my Metro card. I paid my rent every 2 weeks. I put money on my rent. I did half this week, half that every 2 weeks. Like it's ways to make your money seem like it's going further than trying to pay everything out of one paycheck, and then you know what I'm saying? There's ways of doing it. Might do a class or something. Never. But I created a budget for myself so that I can wiggle in the things that I want on top of staying on top of the things that I need. So, you know, just think about that, folks. Just think about that. Um, like David Sims, he said, if I have room and could afford it, why not? I believe our culture is the only culture that think there's something wrong with their children staying at home. Why not let your child build up their wealth so they could have a head start when they're ready to go out on their own? Agreed. Let them build up some wealth, but also, like I said, financial literacy. Teach them what to do with that wealth that they build. Okay, so right now we're going to take a little break. We're going to hear from our sponsors, Wild Bee Wellness.
Are you living with chronic neck, back, or shoulder pain? Do tension, headaches, and stress follow you everywhere? At Wild Bee Wellness, we specialize in results driven massage therapy that's more than just relaxation, it's real relief. With certified neuromuscular therapy, we target the root of your pain. Most clients see up to 90% improvement within 3 to 5 sessions. Because massage isn't just a luxury, it's self care and health care. Whether you're an athlete, a busy professional, or simply tired of managing your pain on your own, it's time to take your wellness seriously. Book your first session today and receive 10% off as a new client using code BFAM10. Visit www.wellbewellness.com or call us at 678-517-7178. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Wild Bee Wellness. Wild Bee Wellness, located near downtown Smyrna. Be not free. Find relief. Feel renewed.
I don't know about y'all, but I think I'm about to go get me a massage because, child, just that little mini commercial was relaxing to me. It was relaxing to me. And people don't know how important things like massages can be, like lymphatic massages. I've studied these things because I've done body contouring. That was a business that I had in New York and this and the other. And I'm thinking about starting to back up it here in Georgia, but we'll see how that goes. But your lymphatic system doesn't drain itself. It's not like how the fluid doesn't flow through your lymphatic system like kind of like how your blood flows through your veins. It needs to be pushed sometimes. So sometimes when you have this swelling in your legs or you have swelling in your ankles, in your feet, and things like that, bloating, it could just be swelling in your lymphatic system. And if you get regular weekly or bi-weekly or monthly lymphatic drainage massages, it really does help a lot. And that's why like when people get surgeries, not just cosmetic surgery, but when you do get cosmetic surgery or some kind of surgery that affects certain body parts, like you get surgery in your abdomen or you get surgery in your breast, whatever, they recommend that you get lymphatic drainage massages post surgery to help with the swelling because when you have surgery your system is jarred and so fluid may build up in a certain area because everything is going to that specific area to try to fight and help you heal, and the lymphatic drainage massages would actually help out with that. So shout out to Wild Bee Wellness. The massages and things like that. That's kind of a subject that's near and dear to my heart. So shout out to them for being a sponsor and had to do it. BFAM 109.6. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I like it a lot. So yeah, so everybody was saying how their daughters could be there to the end of time, right? Your daughters could be in your home forever and ever, amen. But the sons got to get it together and get out. The boys get it so much harder. Like the boys, y'all got to get up and get out. Not get up and get out, but once you get your money up, roll out. Roll out, bro. Once you get your money up, roll out. I don't necessarily feel that way. My oldest kids are out the house, but I leave the door open. I'ma leave my door open. I'ma leave the door open. I leave the door open. Everywhere that I lived in Georgia, I had an extra room just in case. Because yes, as long as I am on this earth, I am going to be there for my children. Point blank, period. Whether you live on your own or not, I'm going to be there for you. If you need me, I got you. I'm just saying, but I also know, being that I've been here for 3 years and they haven't had to do that yet, I also know that once I am no longer here. They will be okay. So all I ask folks is that make sure your babies are okay. Make sure they are okay with or without you. Because the world is cruel. Landlords can be crazy sometimes. Nobody is going to hold them down like you hold them down. But if you leave this earth and all you did was leave them a bunch of money and no financial literacy on how to handle that money could come and go, and then they stuck. And they might be stuck relying on somebody who they shouldn't be relying on. They might be stuck relying on themselves, but not really fully knowing what to do. And if we teach our children as much as we can before they leave the house, that leaves it so that the world doesn't teach them. You know, when my oldest son got of a certain age, I gave him a box of condoms, right? And people probably think it was crazy that I gave him a box of condoms. Excuse me, I'm just myself. Probably thought it was crazy that I gave him a box of condoms, but I'm like, when he's ready to make that step, when he's ready to go to that level, he is not going to come and consult with me first. Did you consult with your parent first? No. Did I consult with my mother first? No. But I want to give you the literacy. I want you to know, I want to know that you have heard what you needed to hear at least once from a reliable source. So this way, people can't tell you nothing crazy. Because, like, well, my mama was the one that told me something crazy. It was because she didn't want me to. But I wasn't that mother. Like, with I was very straight up with them. Like, any question that you have about, I work in the medical field. Any question you have, I'm willing to answer. I would give them. Um, I gave my oldest. Well, I gave all my kids. I call it, like free time to speak. I take the mommy hat off. Speak and let me know what's on your mind because I'd rather you come to me for the advice than go to your friends. Like, I know people who had other people tell them that if they masturbated they went blind. Or my mom had me scared of hickeys because she said that if I get a hickey, it's a blood clot and it could travel to my brain and then I could child. Lord, I think like if you try to give me a hickey, I dead ass thought you was trying to kill me. Thought you was trying to kill me. Thought you was trying to take me out. Like, but I don't want people to, give my children this false information because they think it's funny or they. So I just try to give them the real as much as I can, the age appropriate real for the time frame that they were in at that time. Now, my youngest is about to be 18. Let the shit fly. This is what it is. This is what it looked like. Are you doing this? It's okay to tell me. I just, be safe, be careful. And that's it. Be safe, be careful. So it's just like how you send your kids to school so that they could get some sort of education. Don't send them out into the world without worldly education. Book smart, it's amazing. It's great. Mixing a little street smarts, a little, schools nowadays, they don't teach you the things like economics and whatever like that. You don't get home ec anymore where they would teach you how to cook little things and this, that, other. All my boys know how to cook. All my boys know how to cook. So I don't have to worry about them relying on waiting for somebody to cook for them. They all cook. Um, they cook, they clean. I know at least one of them know how to like sew up a hole in their clothes or whatever. You know, these are the things like we have to equip our children with not just money, but a sense of, you know, how to do for self. Because your daughters could lead the house in the marriage, and that would be great and that would be wonderful, and be married for a few years. But what happens if the husband passes? I've seen women on social media crying like they don't know what they're going to do because they never had to work or they haven't worked in over 30 years. They were stay at home moms with the kids and this and the other. The husband passes away. They stuck with what's left of the kids. You know, some of the kids may have moved out, but they still got the younger ones. They never had to work, and now they had to make money to live. You get what I'm saying? It's like I'm not saying, go above and beyond for your kids. Like, yeah, go above and beyond for your kids. Make sure that they good financially, yes. But the only way they're really gonna be good financially is if you teach them what to do with those finances once they get it. Because they could get it and blow it and be screwed and be worse off than they ever been in their life, and they would not know how to handle that. So it's just that, folks, just think about that a little bit. Just think about that. So along with that, because I be on social media all the time, um, there's also a trend happening on TikTok that had me cracking up, and it's parents playing the Little Kim song "How Many Licks," playing it for their kids to give their kids an idea of the song that they used to listen to when they were younger, when the parents was younger. And so I'm watching, and the kids is like, ooh, oh, ooh, and I'm watching like I couldn't even do this trend with my kids because I never stopped listening to those songs. They probably know the words, and it's probably on their playlist. Like, does that make me a bad parent? That I still listen to Tupac, Little Kim, Biggie, Snoop Dogg, and I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the radio friendly. That wasn't me as a parent. Like I played the songs. Of course, they couldn't sing them when they were younger, but they sure enough now, at the big old ages that they are, they know these songs. It's not a shock to them to know that their mom used to listen to "It Ain't No Fun if the homies can't have none." It's not a shock to them. That was actually one of my bangers, though. That was a banger. That was a banger. That was a banger. I ain't go front. And then like my favorite Biggie song ain't even like one of the most popular songs. Actually, watch this. Kev! I'm gonna see where he at. I'm gonna get him to come in. But like my kids would not be shocked. They wouldn't have a reaction to any song that I play. They're like, oh, that's just mommy's playlist. So like that makes me a bad parent because I didn't hide the music that I listen to. I didn't hide because like some people when they start to have kids, they may not cuss as much as they did, or some things like that. When I slowed down on the cussing, because I wanted to slow down on the cussing, it wasn't like, oh, I can't say this. Don't do what I do. I'm grown. Like, and they understood the assignment because even my older kids, they still say, "Excuse me," or "May I," or pardon my language for a second before they say anything. And I cuss. I cuss. So it's like I don't know. I think I never wanted my kids to think that I was Mother Teresa because that's a hard pedestal to fall from. And when you fall from that pedestal, like it's devastating to them. It's devastating to you because now they don't look at you the same. So I just figured if I just stayed consistent to who I was in the first place, there's nothing to fall from. You know, here you come. I just got a quick question for you. Come closer to make sure that the mic can hear you because I got my earpieces in. So I'm talking about music and how that trend on TikTok where the parent plays the music for their kid and the kid be like, I can't believe you used to listen to this kind of stuff type thing. And I was saying how I didn't really change my music style because y'all was born. So say it in the mic. What's my favorite Biggie song? That's the name of the song. Well, you gotta say it loud enough so let the kid. Spit your game. Biggie, spit your game. Now, yeah, I was proving the point. I love you. He's mad because he got up off his beanbag. He be all right. But see, and that's my youngest. He knows my favorite song is Biggie's "Spit Your Game." Now, if you know this song, the chorus is "Spit your game, talk your shit, grab your gat, call your clip, squeeze your clip, hit the right one, pass that weed, got the right one, squeeze your clip, hit the right one, pass that weed, got the right one, spit your game, talk your shit." Okay, but I never hid these things from my children. This is how I am. I'm a little bit of country. I'm a little bit of rock and roll. I'm a little bit of R&B. I'm a little bit of hip hop. I'm a little ratchet. I'm a little soft. Like your mama got two sides. Your mama was a woman, a female, a girl before she was your mama. Just let's have this clear understanding. Am I perfect? No, no, far from it. But we're gonna learn this thing together. We're gonna do this together. That's all I'm saying. That's all I gotta say. So y'all out here trying to act like Mother Teresa in front of your kids. First of all, your kids is gonna do there's certain things that they're gonna do. They're gonna do what they want anyway at a certain point. A lot of times you gotta let them learn the hard way because every time you say it, you just sound like, oh, mom or dad is talking again. They don't know what they're talking about. I got feedback back like that, especially the teenagers. Lord have mercy, they act like you don't know nothing. But when the oldest ones became adults and they realized a lot of things about life, I get the phone calls now like, "Mom, you were right. I should have listened. You was right about most of the things you was trying to tell me. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Just keep it real with them. So then when things happen, it's not foreign to them. It's not crazy to them. You know? My dad was over 50 when he got his first apartment by himself. Why? Because he always relied on a woman to take care of him. When that ran out, his charm ran out, and it wasn't gonna fly no more. And he ended up having to get his own place. I had to teach him how to pay his bills. And I just did not want that for my children, for my boys. I had to teach him how to pay his bill. He tried to pay his bill. He tried to pay his electric bill. Sent the bill out. I wish I had a piece of paper. Sent the bill out. He put cash in the envelope with the remittance slip. Had it folded up tiny, like this, folded up this big, a square that big, in the corner of the envelope. No return address showing through the window, nothing. And he mailed it out like that. When it came back to him, because the only address showing was his that he wrote on the envelope, when it came back to him, he called me. He said, "Baby girl, Con Ed don't want my money." And I was like, "What are you talking about? I'm quite sure they want your money. I'm absolutely positively sure they want your money." And he said, "Con Ed don't want my money." And when I came and when I saw what he did, I was like, "Dad." I had to show him how to mail the bill. And then I showed him how to walk down. Well, not showed him how to walk, but walked him down to the check cash place and was like, "Look, you give them the account number, you can pay your bill here. You ain't even got to worry about mailing nothing." But see, that's the thing. Like he made the money or got the money or however he got his money, but he didn't know how to supply his own needs once he got the money. And that's what I'm saying, y'all. That's all I'm saying. Just make sure your kids have the tools that they need, not just the money that they need, but the tools that they need, the financial literacy, the mindset that they need in order to survive with that money. Point blank, period. Give them some responsibility along with that money. Give them responsibilities that pertain to that money so they know how to divide it, how to budget it to get what they want versus getting what they need. Or not versus, so that they could get what they want and also have what they need. Boom. Have what you need and still be able to get what you want. Boom. Even better. Even better. So I hope y'all enjoyed my little rant this evening. Well, not rant, my little freestyle Friday. Little freestyle Friday. Shout out to all the parents out there that's making it happen. We are all doing the best that we can with what we got, with the knowledge that we got. I wish there was more ways where parents could just reach out to other parents if they don't have, even if they don't have their own parents, reach out to other parents and just be a support for each other. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's my kid. I'm gonna do what I want and don't want to hear nothing from nobody." Well, everybody could have like a little nugget, not saying their whole parenting style, but a little nugget, a little jewel that could help you with yours. Don't knock it till you tried it. And with that being said, y'all, as usual, desire to inspire before you expire. Got it written right here. And guess what, motherfuckers? I'm out.